Make sure y'all go check out my new video that I just dropped on my music channel on YouTube, King Hustle X1M. Just dropped a new video, Can't with me. Make sure y'all go like, share, comment, subscribe. Go run the views up, them likes and them comments, because you know I'm dropping nothing but bangers. We'll be dropping new music, more new music soon, so stay tuned. And with that being said, what's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hustle, and yes, this is the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hustle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and that Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you pay for, right? And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members. And we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos and y'all get them notifications, it's going to be some information that's going to help you win. All right. And in today's video, we will talk about CPNs, credit, and tri-merge, and how, like, we're going to talk about all that because there's a lot of people out here that's getting tricked and getting duped out of these quote unquote CPNs because they don't know what they're buying. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what's going on. They just going off of word of mouth or what they hear somebody or see somebody saying they're doing with a CPN. They have no real acknowledgement of what it is and what's going on and how to properly use it. Because there are a lot of people that are buying quote unquote CPNs, and they are under their impression that these quote unquote CPNs are legit and you can go get cars, get loans, credit cards, apartments, you name it. So we just gonna break down the logistics of what's going on, how people are tri-merging CPNs, pre-built CPNs, synthetic identities, and you name it. All right. So without further ado, let's get into these gems that's gonna help you win and keep you safe. All right. So CPNs, like we all said, what is a CPN? Well, it's an acronym for credit profile number or credit privacy number that somebody came up with during COVID-19. And people started using it so much that they even put it in the on Google and all that. But it's not a real thing. There's no such thing as a CPN. When people are in the witness protection program and they get out of jail, they get synthetic identities to protect them, and so people can't find them. So they get new names and addresses, social security, all this different stuff to keep them hidden from people who probably want to harm them. So with that right there being done, that's already a loophole. And by that being a loophole, people figure things out. People utilize their brain. So people have been creating synthetic identities for a long time before we even knew about synthetic identities. Fraud, scams has been going on for a very long time, since the beginning of time. And a lot of people get into this world because they're looking for a way to make a quick buck, or a quote unquote easy, quick, fast buck. And they are under the impression that this buck might be a lump sum of money. And everybody wants a lump sum of money because most people in the world does not have the information, the knowledge, or the resources to put themselves in a position to become successful. And that's just how it is. They teach us all this history and so information in school, which is cool. But when are they going to teach us information that's going to help us survive in the real world? Because once we graduate high school, once we turn 18, we are now technically adults. And our parents can't save us, because if we get arrested, we're not going to kiddie jail. We're going to adult jail. Like, we can get jobs. And once you turn 21, now you're really an adult, because now you can buy alcohol and get in a certain club. There's just certain things that you can do at certain ages. And it's a lot of people out there that don't understand that your brain stops maturing at the age of 14. And after 14, it's up to you to gain the knowledge and information and resources to put into your brain, your conveyor, to mature your brain to do better in life. Because if you know better, you'll do better. And that's just the honest to God truth. If you knew about credit and you knew the benefits of credit, you most more than likely majority of the people who knew about it coming out of high school will be doing better. If they taught us about managing our money, they taught us about getting jobs and what to do and how to spend this amount and put this amount up and do, it'll be a lot of people it'll be more people that's well off in the world because they understand what to do and what not to do. They probably be more people that's so quick to go jump and get student loans or get auto loans and credit cards, or they had to get those and they know how to manage it. They understand like, okay, I'm gonna go to school, get this degree, and I'm gonna start putting myself in a position because I know when I start graduating, I'm about to pay it back. So I'm gonna just put myself in a position to be able to do that. Or I'm gonna get this credit card, understand to stay under the 10% utilization rate, so I won't mess up the credit on this card. Or I'm gonna get this auto loan and make sure that I got a job, or make sure it's not too much so I can pay it off fast. People utilize their brain once they matured and gain the information and resources that they put into it. Because a lot of people say use your common sense. You can't say that anymore. We got to stop saying that. We got to stop expecting that everybody has common sense, because everybody does not have common sense. Because if they did, they wouldn't do the things that they were doing to put them in the situations that they are in that won't help them elevate in life. So that goes to showing and saying that it's a lot of people out there that lacks common sense, that goes around and they scroll up and down social media all day, every day, and they see somebody talk about CPN this, fake ID this, fake information this, method that, this and that, and they see so many people doing it and talk about it that they say, okay, I'm gonna try it out. Not doing their research, not understanding what's going on. So then they say, okay, you can get this CPN and you can go get you a card, you can go get you a loan, you can get you a credit card. And they say, okay, cool. And then they send the money, they buy it, and I got the CPN. And then they go get a car, and then they go to jail because the people search the information, do a little bit more deep diving into the information that you gave them, and figure out that this is not really you. This is not really your information. They called a real person, and the person or a person calls them because they get an alert. Like, these are things that happen when people use see quote unquote CPNs, and those aren't CPNs. Those are pre-built CPNs, and pre-built CPNs. Y'all gotta really understand. Like, first of all, there's no such thing as a second chance credit profile or second credit profile, because y'all gotta think about it. Like, y'all gotta start really thinking. If that was a such thing, everybody in the world would have a second credit profile, because they'd say, okay, I'm gonna utilize this and do all this whatever, and then I'm gonna utilize this and keep it clean. Y'all know how the world go. Y'all know how people are. So make it make sense. When have you ever heard of a second credit profile? When have you heard of a second chance credit profile? It's no such thing. And then y'all got to start even diving deeper into the information and understanding that in order to even build a credit profile, you got to have a name, you got to have an address, you got to have all this information. So how is somebody building a selling you a pre-built CPN? What information is connected to this credit profile that you're selling me? And that's where the identity theft comes in at, because a lot of people, that goes back to going to saying about all the hacking and the compromising and the fraud and scamming that's going on in the world. We get these text messages all day. We get these spam calls all day. There's businesses that get their information compromised every day. We got people who working at home remote, and they seeing all our information. There's so many ways that people get so much information that it's almost easy for anybody to commit identity theft. Because like I said, a lot of jobs are remote now. So they might go into the office 2 times out the week and work at home. And they might be a bank teller. They might be when we call the bank and gotta check on our card or do something, make a deposit or something, then we picking up to the operator. They be at home. They don't be in the office, they be at the house. I know you ought to call some company with dealing with your information. You hear kids in the background, you hear people in the background, like, where you at? Like, you ain't in no office. A lot of people don't understand that, and there's no telling what that person is doing, who's with that person, and what they got going on. See, people got to start thinking, because a lot of people don't utilize their brain, and it's there for a reason, to help us do the best that we can in life. So people buying these pre-built CPNs, like, oh, I got this CPN with a 750 credit score on it. Red flag. How does this got the 750 credit score on it? And then a lot of people are under the impression that when they then this is what it is. People are under the impression that they buy these CPNs and it comes with a credit score already, and they can just go do things. And that's identity theft. That's the goes to show you how small people's brains are, because you thinking you finna buy a credit profile, you basically are buying somebody else's credit profile, and you're getting a fake ID and connecting your picture to it. So then you got people who think in different ways. People think in different ways. So people say, okay, you stealing somebody's information. You never know, they might got lifeline, they might got some type of whatever, and they get alerts and all that. So they want to bypass that. So then they think and say, okay, you got deceased people, you got homeless people. If I got this homeless man's information, I he's with me, I have him. So if they're trying to contact him or anything, he already know. Or so it'd be easier for the scammer or the fraudster to use a homeless person. That's why they use homeless people for runners and going to cash checks and all that, because they're homeless. They don't have anything going there. So people say, okay, they're not gonna be able to call this person. They're not gonna be able to do this or do that. So let me use your credit profile and do whatever. And a lot of people do that. Then they use deceased people. They can't call them the person deceased. So then they use that information. And then you got parents who've been using their children's credit profiles, social security numbers for the longest. We all know somebody or know a parent that used their kids' social security number to get a light bill or energy bill or some type of bill in that in their, not even their name, but just their credit profile. So there are different ways that these credit profiles are being created. And then you have people who are saying, you know what, okay, I'm gonna just create a whole new person, a whole new identity. And then they go through these Stephen Morris and these websites, and they find social security numbers that haven't been issued. So once they find that number, they try merge it. They use it, they try merging. Now people be like, how are people try merging credit profiles and CPNs and things like that? Basically what people do is they get the credit profile, and then they get a secured credit card or a loan. So they get the number, attach it to things, get a new address, a new number, and then they go apply for a secured credit card, meaning that they're going to utilize their own cash as collateral for a credit card. And once they do that, it's going to create a credit score for them for that profile. And every month that they make payments or good payment history on that card is going to build a credit score on that credit profile. Now it's tri-merged. Now it's in the public records. Now that credit profile has a credit score. Now that person might go get a bank account with this information. Then you got to think about it. They got this information. They can get documentation and go get a real ID made. If people getting fake documentations made to get real things made. So somebody get a fake birth certificate and a social security card made, they're gonna get a real ID with that new profile that they just used with finding this new number that's not been verified or not been issued. See, people do different things what works best for them. And a lot of people understand that, okay, once they get these credit profiles, they have to still build the credit up on it. So that's another reason why credit has spiked since COVID-19, because people are, one, into the CPN synthetic identity world, and two, understanding that you have to have credit in order to get any type of funding. So they have to build the credit up on these profiles in order to get funding. And people build up the personal credit on these profiles, get businesses on these profiles, build up the business credit, and get business loans, credit cards, and lines of credit. People do these things. And people, even there's some people out there that get these credit profiles, not no stolen identity, but real numbers that haven't been issued. Create them, build them the right way, try merge them, build them and use them, and don't burn them up. So as people do things and use things in different type of ways, like Matthew Cox, he's a guy who was in the identity theft world, committing mortgage fraud and things like that. And a woman, he was working in a title company, and a woman came in there, and she was previously married but got divorced, but her credit was messed up on her divorced name. So she went back to her maiden name. And what she did was she used her child's social security number, used new address and all that, and got a secure credit card, and it built the credit up on it, on that profile. And when she went to go get a loan, it was like a good credit score. And that gave him an idea, and that's how he got into the fraud world. So People out here are confused about CPNs, really don't know what a CPN is, don't know what's going on, and they buying these things and they putting themselves in hot water to and possibly going to jail because they buying quote unquote pre-built CPNs, which is somebody else's credit profile, and they just connecting your picture to it. So you don't want to be that person that's in that situation. So it's all about being more safe, more cautious, more aware. Like I said, always keep yourself protected. Um, Monitor your accounts, any account that you have through LifeLock, Norton. Start freezing your credit profile so nobody can get anything in your name. Start switching out your credit debit cards every so often. So because we all use our cards, so many places getting gas stations, stores, you name it. And once we use that card, it's now stored in that database, and you never know what compromise or leak or hack can happen with that company or that database that'll have your information, and you want to become a victim. So every so often, get new cards with new numbers, so that information wherever it was previously stored at will no longer be valid, and you have basically a clean slate with your card. So make sure y'all stay safe, make sure y'all stay cautious, and stay more aware and stay more smart so y'all won't get duped, get tricked, and get scammed out of buying these bogus CPNs. All right. So shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me keep going. Y'all motivate me keep dropping the sauce, and y'all motivate me keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke, because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime one-on-one limited gems are $1,000, but for limited time only. I'm doing it for 500. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the crypto tour in person limited gems, 3,500, $500 deposit. The rest of the money will be meeting in person. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the month-long mentorship, 2,500, 30 days. Anything you need help with, anything you want to talk about, let's get this work in. Life coaching, business coaching, we all need it. We all need a little advice that's gonna help us succeed and win and grow and build in life. All right, so make sure y'all booking y'all seat. Also, make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato app, me and their network. Make sure y'all still looking for people for the production company, still looking for rappers, singers, models, producers, cameramen, women, gamers, streamers, and content curators. We're gonna do a lot of skits, blogs, movies, music videos, traveling, networking, and having fun. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the all notification bell on my YouTube channels, on my Twitch. Make sure y'all follow my new IG, King Hustle X1M.2, for more free sauce, free methods, and information that's going to turn you into a boss. And make sure y'all check out the crypto world, because it's changing people's lives. And with that being said, it's your boy, King Hustle. Y'all know how I get down in these videos. I will see you at the next lesson, video, or live. Peace. Also, make sure y'all go subscribe, hit the notification bell on my music channel, King Hustle X1M. Just dropped a new video, Camp with me. And with that being said, here's a little preview for you guys. So go check it out. Go like, share, comment, subscribe.